Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is from wherever it is you're tuning in from. I hope you're having an awesome day and you're staying safe. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the Kyrie 7 Weatherman. If you get anything out of the video, which I really hope you do, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. While you're down there, hit that bell button. It'll give you a notification to let you know that I've uploaded a new video and there's something waiting for you to be watched. Also, comment down below if you've got anything to say. I am super interested in your views. And head on over to Instagram, check out my page, 3 Kicks a Day. It's a page filled with shoes. I'm sure you'll love it. What are you waiting for? Now the Kyrie 7, I know this has been out for some time, but this was the colorway that I was waiting for. There have been some really cool colorways released prior to this guy. The Bloodline, Sisterhood, Left Brain, Right Brain, which maybe came out just around the same time or just after, but not important. When I saw the pictures released on the Weatherman, I knew I had to have it. And I don't know why. Green isn't typically a color that I go for in shoes, especially something with as much green as this colorway. But I don't know if it's the story that's behind it or just the craziness of the patterns in the outsole and heel. I just knew I wanted it. I want to break the shoe down, talk about the colors and materials, but before I do that, a bit of history on the Weatherman colorway itself. The Weatherman colorway does not belong to the Kyrie range. In fact, it is something that belongs to Kevin Durant's signature line of sneakers, making its first appearance in the KD4 in 2011. It's like 10 years ago. But it's a really cool story behind why Nike developed that colorway for the KD line. And that was to honor Kevin Durant's ambition as a child to become a weatherman. And so what they took was inspiration from topographic maps that you would typically see when they're broadcasting the weather news and try and put that on the shoe. It's been borrowed, I guess, for the Kyrie 7 colorway, and I've got to say I am absolutely here for it. Let's take a closer look at the shoe now, starting with the outsole. And what we've got as far as traction goes is a scientifically developed, I think data-driven outsole pattern that's meant to really promote sort of like a multi-directional type of play and give you like a 360-degree traction. I don't use it on the court. Lifestyle perspective works fine, but the really cool part of this outsole is in the colors that have been used, and what you get is a total vibe that this has been taken from the topographic maps that you see on the weather news. There is black surrounding the outside perimeter of the outsole, then a layer of green and then yellow, and then you've got like a bright orangey red patch in the forefoot and also in the heel. You've got the Kyrie emblem as well in black in about the center of the shoe, well, a little bit lower than center, depends how you look at it. I think it is an incredibly cool looking outsole and looks awesome on feet. Moving into the midsole, and this area has a lot going on. and it looks great. There is a few different levels to the midsole area itself. You've got a more traditional type of flat looking midsole around the heel that goes to about the midfoot of the shoe. Then on the lateral side of the shoe, you've got a forefoot clip done in a fluorescent yellow. And then throughout the shoe, predominantly in the forefoot area, you've got the outsole that wraps up into the midsole area. On the lateral side of the shoe, you've got kind of like this shark teeth type of pattern that just looks super aggressive and super cool. On the medial side of the shoe, you're not getting that shark detail or the forefoot clip, but I don't think you need it. It looks cool just the way it is. Now moving into the upper, and this is where we've seen a lot of change from what the Kyrie 6 was. I really like the Kyrie 6, but I really love the Kyrie 7, and I know that we no longer have any leathers in the shoe like we saw in the Kyrie 6, but we've also done away with the forefoot strap, and I think that's all helped in developing a lighter shoe overall. This is actually the lightest Kyrie shoe, signature shoe that is. I'm not talking about the Kyrie lows or the fly traps, they're totally different shoes, but as far as his signature shoe goes, the Kyrie 7 is his lightest sneaker. And what we've basically got up top is a bunch of mesh, predominantly in green. You've got kind of like a exposed type of traditional looking mesh with like a underlay of lime green and bright green that shows up through the holes in the mesh, and the swoosh logo done in black on either side of the shoe, so on the lateral and medial sides. And then when we wrap around the heel, you've got a crazy sort of pattern going on, really taking inspiration from those weather maps. You've got orange and yellow and red and green, and it all looks really cool. At the back, you've also got the number 7 in black with like that eye that you typically see on Kyrie shoes. Outside of that, you've got 4 blades up at the front where the laces kind of feed through, at least at the bottom of the eye stays moving up, and they're in black on this colorway. And you've got a green tongue with the black Kyrie logo on it and green laces. The lining itself is also done in the same pattern that you find on the heel graphic, and the heel itself is quite nicely padded and feels really comfortable on foot. I went true to size in my Kyrie 7. It does fit a touch snug. It's definitely not a loose fit when you go true to size, but I don't think I would need to size up, and I wouldn't recommend sizing up unless you really like a loose fitting shoe, which you really shouldn't go for anyway, but to each their own. And I think that is about it. Let's take a look at how they look on feet. There you have it, guys. That's my look at the Kyrie 7 Weatherman. I love it, but I know that it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Some people may also not really like the fact that he's borrowed the colorway from Kevin Durant. What are your thoughts? Have you seen it? Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know in the comments below. But until the next video, laters.